Hello and welcome to the Pixel Shed news for the 27th of April. I'm Joel Loynes and let's get straight into the news because the weekend happened and there's stuff that happened. So news, go! Microsoft are working on Gears of War HD apparently. The remastered version is apparently in development by Splash Damage, the studio responsible for Brink. Sources are talking to Polygon have stated that it will run at 60 frames per second, feature better lighting and textures, as well as new cinematics. Microsoft bought Gears of War franchise from Epic and their studio. Black Tusk is supposedly also working on a new game in the series for the Xbox One. Microsoft have not issued any statement about the remaster, but I guess we'll see more at E3 as the company will be focusing on first-party titles. More Microsoft news, Microsoft have cancelled their Halo tournament after the issues of Halo Master Chief Collection still plague the multiplayer. It's due to the party joinability issues and not matchmaking servers, but Microsoft felt the need to pull the plug on the tournament, which had a $3,000 prize pool attached to it. 343 Studios' The Master Chief Collection has been riddled with issues since the launch in November and has just started working properly since a myriad of patches and fixes were applied to the game. Over the weekend, the next Treyarch Call of Duty Black Ops 3 had all its information leaked before its reveal on Sunday. The game is set decades after Black Ops 2 with a campaign that's being touted as being built around replayability. The campaign will have cooperative play and 4 players can take their customizable characters through the usual explosive shooty bang bang campaign you're used to. Multiplayer features a much more faster-paced game, something in line with Titanfall's frantic movement with wall running and the more parkour-based movement to make their way to kill more dudes. Zombies, the mode Treyarch introduced in Call of Duty 5, will be getting its very own campaign mode this time round, with more details on that to be announced at a later date. And it won't be an Activision game without some kind of season pass to go along with the announcement, with the usual 4 map packs coming to the game. But if you pre-order, you can get beta access before the game is out. Konami have officially cancelled Silent Hills after weeks of speculation as to what will happen to the game itself. Worry started when Hideo Kojima, the director of Metal Gear, was sacked from the company earlier this year. A playable teaser, PT, was released in 2014 that hid the announcement of Silent Hills. Guillermo del Toro was attached to the project and Walking Dead's Norman Reedus was set to star as the main character. But all this came crumbling down after, over the weekend, it was announced that PT would be removed from the PlayStation Store on April 29th, and a quote was floating around Twitter that it broke Del Toro's greasy heart that the project wasn't happening. Norman Reedus has said on Twitter that the project had been axed and now Konami have finally put the final nail in that coffin and officially killed off the game. In a statement to Kotaku, Konami said, "Konami is committed to new Silent Hill titles, however the embryonic Silent Hills project, developed by Guillermo del Toro and featuring the likeness of Norman Reedus, will not continue." In terms of Kojima and Del Toro being involved, discussions on future Silent Hill projects are currently underway, and please stay tuned for further announcements. So that's kind of in line with what they've been saying with Metal Gear since. Del Toro's other game, Insane, was cancelled in 2012 after THQ collapsed in on itself, and Kojima is still working on Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, for release in September. In more speculative news, here's a little quote from Silent Hills that happened.
Such a drag. Every day he'd eat the same kind of food, dress the same, sit in front of the same kind of games. Yeah, he was just that kind of guy. But then one day he goes and kills us all. He couldn't even be original about the way he did it. I'm not complaining. I was dying of boredom anyway.
And you can find more from the Pixel Shed tonight when the podcast goes up, so you can find that at soundcloud.com/pixelshed or subscribe on iTunes, and you can find more videos on bit.do/pixelshedyt. Good night. Good night. Whoa.